Welcome back to the tutorials. Thank you very much for coming here and watching what goes on with the Fibonacci toolbar. Some of the people watching this are just going through the tutorials to see what the Fibonacci toolbar is all about. Highly recommend you just go through and watch all the tutorials so you know what you're getting when you purchase the Fibonacci toolbar, and you can see all the features and benefits of this tool. For those of you who are going through the tutorials here because you've already purchased a copy of this, please stop and do the exercises that I instruct you to do when I instruct you to do them. That will greatly reduce your learning curve. It will increase your ability to work with the Fibonacci toolbar, and you will learn it much quicker and much more efficiently by doing that. In the first tutorial, or the introduction, I did give a disclaimer, and in that disclaimer I said that everybody is responsible for their own trades, and I really mean that. That's absolutely the way it is. You need to make sure that you and you alone are responsible for your own trades, that you have in your mind very clear that you understand the decisions that you're making when you're dealing with your money and working with your account. It is my belief that practice does not make perfect. You've all heard that before, haven't you? Oh, practice makes perfect? That's something that I don't adhere to. What I believe is practice makes permanent. If you practice something poorly, you will perform poorly. And that I have found to be true in every aspect of my life, whether it comes to playing a musical instrument, or whether it comes to martial art, or any of the other things that I've done in my life. Practice makes permanent. I will do it the way I practice. So please make sure you take the time, learn to use this tool and everything else you do in trading so that you have it down. This here is the Fibonacci toolbar that I've got down here at the bottom of my chart. I like to put everything around the edge, keep the drawing tools up the sides and on the top. This way I have a large open space. But for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the Fibonacci toolbar and go ahead and move it up here where we can get a little better look at it and go through some of the buttons and features on this. One of the things that I'm going to be doing in these tutorials is just going over the function of the tool itself, and we're not going to be going into a lot of trading information because we have people from all levels that are using the toolbar. We have extremely advanced traders, and we have very, very beginners that are getting this. So because I don't know where everybody is, it just doesn't make sense to do that. We just want people to get the information here about the bar itself. I'm going to recommend some reading for the Fibonacci toolbar to understand how Fibonacci's work and how it deals with trading and some of the processes that you can use. This here is a book I highly recommend, Dynamic Trading. It's by Robert C. Miner. This is one of the first books that really brought an understanding of Fibonacci and how the mathematics of it works and how to use it in my charts for doing chart analysis. Highly, highly recommend it. Chapter 1 through 4 are the best chapters of the book. They build a foundation for understanding. If you want to progress beyond that into the other chapters, you'd be wise to do so. But get chapters 1 through 4 done if you decide to purchase this book and go that way. It's not cheap. Here's the price tag on it from Amazon. You may be able to get it for less elsewhere. You'll have to do your own research on that. Robert C. Miner has also written another book that I will scroll down here a little bit and give you a peek at. This is High Probability Trading Strategies. It's considerably less. It's about 1/10 the price of the other one. Comes with the CD. It's a good book, really good reading. Quite enjoyed it. I wouldn't recommend one over the other one. I would recommend them both. Another good book for understanding the process of Fibonacci analysis is by Carolyn Borodin. This is Fibonacci Trading. Once again, it's about 1/10 the price of Dynamic Trading. I would recommend everybody get that and read that also, regardless of who your trainers, coaches, or trading room instructors are. If you need somebody to teach you and want somebody to work with, we have people who use the Fibonacci toolbar in their trading groups and trading rooms and in coaching, or I can help you with that myself. Feel free to contact me. You can just fill out the form on the website for questions and such, and put your request in there, put your information in there, and we'll see what we can do. These are all the Fibonacci buttons on the Fibonacci toolbar right here. These are all different Fibonacci measurements. Most people just have this pared down to these first four: an IR, an ER, a PE, a PP, and a SIM. Most of them don't actually use the PE, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you how to take these buttons on and off of the Fibbo bar. What you're going to want to do is come over here and click on this little plus button, which is right below the close button on the Fibonacci toolbar, and it'll bring down a drop menu. We're going to go to Edit Buttons. If I click the reset, what that does is it pulls down a lot of the buttons. This is the way we originally have the Fibonacci bar coming. We're probably going to be doing a default on that and just putting 4 buttons up here and bringing all the rest of them down here also. The way you bring buttons on and off of the tool is you simply grab the button with a left click and drag and drop it on top of one of the other buttons, and you'll see that it appears immediately to the right. This is how we take them off. If you want to put them back on, it's the same process in reverse. You left click, drag and drop it on top of one of the other buttons, and it'll automatically appear to the right. So go ahead and we'll take those off. Just bring that down. All right, so we just have these 4 buttons on here. I'm going to go ahead and click the Complete Edit button, which will bring me back to the drop-down menu. When I'm done with that, I will click on this minus button, which will turn that back into a plus, and the drop-down menu will go away. So go ahead and stop the tutorial. Take care of your buttons if you have not put them on or off, and learn how to do that. Practice pulling them off and putting them back on. And when you're ready to go ahead and continue, just click play and we'll move on to the next part of this tutorial. We're going to continue with going over the settings of the Fibonacci toolbar. You'll notice up here to the left of the Fibonacci toolbar we have 4 little buttons. That's an A, B, C, and D. What these are is 4 different levels of default settings for the Fibonacci toolbar. The tools themselves are completely customizable. We can change the measurements, the lines, the colors, everything that's customizable about the Fibonacci. We can go ahead and save in there. But we're just going to go over the defaults to start with, and I'll show you how we have them arranged and why. We have all the IRs, which is the internal ratios or internal retracements, however you want to say it, all done in blue, and that can be changed. We had to come up with colors for each of them. I'm using a white background here on this MetaTrader chart so you can see what we're looking at without the confusion of the candles. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the A setting, click on the internal retracement. I'm going to come down here and click on the Fibonacci tool, and I'm going to draw that on there, and you'll notice they're fairly bold lines. Now I'm going to click on the B level and go to the internal retracement. Come down here, same process, grab the tool, and this one you'll notice as we draw it is a bunch of thinner lines. And what this does is it allows me at a glance to see which lines, ratios here, come from which measurement. Are they thin? They come from the smaller one. If they're thick, they're from the bigger. Go to C, internal retracement, the tool, we'll draw that in. You'll see it's a bunch of dashed lines. And then the D is, of course, the next level down. That's going to be a bunch of dotted lines. They're all the same measurements on this. They can be changed and customized to whatever you would like, but that's what we have set for the default. All of them are blue simply because I use blue, and the people that I work with in my trading group use blue for their internal retracements, as we have a standard, but you can do it however you would like. We'll get into the customization here later. So go ahead and if you feel so inclined on this, I think that's pretty easy to see what's going there, but I would recommend that you take a couple of minutes and just go through and go through this A, B, C, and D setting with the internal retracement and those out so you can see what's going on. Go ahead and pause the recording and do that. Okay, the beauty behind having these different settings and the settings with the Fibonacci toolbar is this tool right here on MetaTrader. It's just one drawing tool, but we have that assigned out to like 6 different buttons. They each have their own colors and they each have their own type of measurements because they each are measuring a different type of movement on the charts. If I was to go ahead and have to custom do that or do that on each Fibonacci that I'm doing with MetaTrader, it would be extremely cumbersome and very labor intensive. So what I would have to do is come in and click and drag, then right click, go to Fibonacci parameters. As the parameter box comes up, I would have to go to the levels and change the levels, deleting the ones I don't want, typing in the ones I do want, labeling them, and then changing the line style and the colors accordingly, and then saving that. And each time I want to do that differently, that's what the process I would have to go through. As it is with the Fibonacci toolbar, we can come in here and let's delete that. And let's look at an external retracement. And we'll go to the A setting. The external retracement, you can see, is a completely different set of numbers. An external, or the external ratio, depending on how you want to say it, is the measurements that exist external to the measurement itself rather than inside of the measurement. They're all outside of the measurement. So we don't have to customize that each time. If I want to switch back to the internal retracement, I just click on the IR, grab this, and draw it. And there I have my IR with the measurements inside. So it allows me to quickly and easily go through and navigate what I'm doing. You'll notice that as I'm drawing these, all the drawings go from left to right with these Fibonacci tools on the Fibonacci toolbar. The charts all progress from left to right. We read from left to right. So that's the way we design this tool. So all of them are drawn from left to right. So anyhow, I'll go ahead and delete these Fibonacci's off of here. And we'll go ahead and apply. On the next tutorial, I'll show you how to apply some of these and the difference between some of the measurements and why they're set up the way they are. And then we'll start getting, as we go on to subsequent videos, the customizing of them and how that works, how to save settings and such. So go ahead, practice anything you want to practice, or go ahead and move on to the next tutorial, and we'll see you in a little while. Bye-bye.